What's up, peeps? Just kind of picking up from the last video. Computer, I was able to test the hard drive, which I forgot about this. Most hard drives have smart control built in, which is a little device in the hard drive. It's like a monitor. It monitors the hard drive. And most Windows machines, you can download the smart monitor tools that come with the hard drive, or Windows has it built in most of the time, or like if you get like a Seagate hard drive or like one of those type of hard drives like this, they always give you the software to, sorry, I got acid stomach burping. I have a lot of stomach issues, man, I'm telling you. That's why I do all the yoga. But yeah, so that threw me off. I went ahead and followed this little guide, and I had the Kali Linux, which I ran the live disk, and I was able to use the built-in system that I already had in Linux Mint, and I ran it, and everything seemed fine. So what I just did is I went to MX Linux, back to MX Linux, since MX Linux was the one that I liked it, and I was able to get it running. So I'm hoping that I just had a fluke, like just something bullshit happened, or, whatever. It could have been something I might have did, it could have been something I downloaded and fucked up myself, and just don't realize it developing. So I went back to the MX Linux website, and I'm going to read it for you guys. It says, MX Linux is a cooperative venture between the Anti-X and MX Linux communities. It is a family of operating systems that are designed to combine elegant and efficient desktops with high stability and solid performance. MX's graphical tools provide an easy way to do a wide variety of tasks, while the live USB and snapshot tools inherited from Anti-X add impressive portability and remastering capabilities. Extensive support is available through videos, documentation, and a very friendly forum. That's kind of also what I was excited about. I said that it was number one on DistroWatch. Usually when it's number one, that means it has a really good following. And I gotta pee. I just drank all this coffee and it's making me sweat. I gotta piss. So you guys are gonna have to hang out for a second. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm better. Coffee does that to me, man, and it kind of gives me heartburn too a little bit. So I'm about to smoke. It's making me nauseous a little bit. I found this at a garage sale. I paid $10 for it. The Gates of Jerusalem, a history of the holy city, it says. So I put it in the computer. I'm probably gonna use Handbrake. I'll show you guys the program I use to rip DVDs or convert videos and stuff. It's one of my favorite. It works really, really well, and if you know how to set it up correctly, you can use the graphics card to convert these videos. So if you have a really good graphics card, you can convert these videos pretty quick. So on my laptop with just the i7 without the graphics card, it would convert like a 600 megabyte AVI file into an HD format in a couple hours, about an hour or two. That's pretty quick. So, and that's got, that laptop's got 32 gigs of RAM, DDR3. It's a good laptop. It's a few years old already, but it still holds its value. It still costs over a G just to buy that thing. So light this up real quick, and I was gonna go over the MX Linux. I'm about to, I just put it on the flash drive. I just did it. I'm about to go see if it will work. Which I put I have a little phone stand, which I bought, which, it's funny, I bought it from Ollie's, and it broke the same day I got it. So I glued it. I haven't used it since I got it. It was only like $15, $10. So, yeah, it says MX dash 2.13 Wildflower released. I like the name of it, Wildflower. Especially since like I'm doing all this Jesus stuff and I talk about like seeds and flowers all the time. I thought it was funny. I like it. It says MX Linux XFCE is our flagship. It is a mid-weight desktop environment that aims to be fast and low resource while still being attractive and user-friendly. It augments the native XFCE configuration with unique features. That's kind of the reason why I went for it too, because it uses XFCE, and it really said that it was it worked on low resource computers, and the more I did the research, people were really talking good about it. It says modular core components for the full functionality expected from a modern desktop environment. A collection of powerful and handy MX tools that cover a range of actions from boot options to repository management. That's another reason why I liked it. It was somebody flying with no helmet with a girl in the back like a retard down the side street. Sounded good. But that's why I got it. I wanted it. Because too is it had all these repositories management and stuff. You had access to all these servers that had all these programs. It says a fast package installer covering popular applications, MX test repo, Debian backports, and Flatpaks. So it's got different test repos. So it's just, what that means is there's different versions of it for development. And then this is the other reason why I downloaded it, because it had advanced hardware support. That's what I've been running into, getting that mouse to work and getting everything to work correctly. The Intel 10 is really new. Like, if you go up here and you click download, right, and you look, it even says right here, it says, this is the one I download. This is the one that this is the only one I can get to work on that laptop for some reason. It's the only distribution I've been able to get to work so far. It says MX-213 64x64, which means 64-bit AHS, which it says it stands for Advanced Hardware Support, released for very recent hardware with 6.0 kernel and newer graphics drivers and firmware, 64-bit only. Works for all users, but especially if you're using amped Ryzen, amped Radeon RX graphics, or the 9th, 10th, 11th generation Intel hardware. And that's what I have, is the 10th generation. It's brand new. They just rolled out with that stuff this year and last year. So I think that's why I'm having such problems. I really do. I believe it. And I just haven't had time to sit there and figure it all out either. I just got the laptop. And then I'm packing up and I'm leaving, so I gotta leave out this house. I can't sit there and, figure it out. Take a lot of time to learn, I can figure it out. Because if I don't figure it out, I guarantee somebody else has ran into this problem that probably has either trying to figure it out right now, has already figured it out, and people like me love making, I love making, little things for people, I'll write up something, procedures for people. I used to do that for CPR self and repair. Um, I was the first person in the United States of America to separate a Galaxy S3 screen and rebuild it in CPR. I wasn't the first person to do it, but in the company, nobody else was doing it. And it was funny, when I went down there for training in Florida, they wouldn't let me do it. I told them I was capable of doing it. They're like, oh, we don't want to do it in case you break a $350 screen. I'm like, bro, there's a better way to do it. And what's funny is the guy that was showing us, he ended up breaking the screen. But I went home, back to Michigan, from Florida, from Orlando, where I did our training. And, I was running this company in Novi, Michigan, which Novi is really expensive, by the way. We started getting, we were repairing these phones, these Galaxy S3s, and we're buying we're buying full screens, LCDs, from, these wholesale places, like Wholesale Gadget Parts. That's one of them. And, so we're getting them dirt cheap, but we're keeping, every time a customer come in, we put the new screen in, which isn't an actual real Samsung S3 screen. It's a knockoff. So now I got all these high-end screens, real Samsung screens that work, but they don't have, they're cracked. The glass is cracked. And with the Samsung screens, they're bonded together. The lenses are bonded to the screen, the digitizer and LCD. And you use a glue called LOCA, or short for Liquid Optically Clear Adhesive, LOCA. And you use a black light to cure the glue when you bond the lens to the display. So we had a bunch of them, and the glass, the lenses are only a couple dollars a piece. They're only $1 or $2 a piece, and then the glue was only like $15 a tube. And then the black light is cheap, you know what I mean? And I had my boss go buy clamps, like clothesline clamps, but the bigger ones, the stronger ones. And I followed, people were already doing this, by the way, too. I found a bunch of stuff on the internet, they know how to manufacture that stuff, So I was, I just followed the guide, and I made my own little way, I figured it out. And I asked my boss, I'm like, look, man, we have all these screens, they're all good screens. You buy a bunch of lenses, I'll refurbish them, and then we can sell them for $50 less than, the other screen. And they're real Samsung screens, so they're going to look high quality, and I'll make sure there's no bubbles in them. And that's all profit, pretty much, because other than him paying me the money for per hour, or per each employee that does the repair, and then the lens is only $3, so you're getting $250 for the repair. There's only, just for instance, example, you're paying me $15 an hour, right? And then $3, so the boss has only got $18 into the phone. The rest of it's all profit. So, I was the first person to do that and write one up for, this company, and I make a video, and I like doing that stuff, and that stuff will get you somewhere, man. If you know how to fix stuff, man, listen, people don't understand. It's crazy to me when people come to me and say that, well, you bless me or pray for me. And even Jesus said the faith of a mustard seed is enough to move a mountain. These people have no faith. Why are you asking me to pray for you? That means you have no faith. You're asking me to bless you, and you're not understanding. You are the blessing. That's what people don't understand. You are blessed. You are the blessing. You're blessed just by simply being alive. You must use your gift to bless others. That's when you get blessed. You must bless others. You help others with your gifts, whatever it is that you do, that you're good at. Figure it out, whatever it is that you're good at, that you love doing, that you're passionate about. Figure out how to be a service to somebody, or to provide somebody with whatever it is that you're passionate about. Figure it out. Get on the internet. Ask people for help. But learn to ask the right people. Because when you go to ask those people for help, the people that aren't seeing light, they're not going to help you. They're going to only put you down, which is going to discourage you. So my best advice for you is not to tell anybody your dreams unless they're Christian or somebody. I wouldn't even say they're Christian unless you know they're attentive and they care for you. You can see it. You can see it. Actions speak louder than words. Love is an action. It clearly says God is love. Which that means if God is love and love is a verb, that means you must take action. Because God, you gotta remember too, you must imagine this stuff. You must dream of it. You must think of it for it to happen. You can't, if you're not constantly thinking of it, it won't come to you. It won't. You have to have it in your head and in your heart. If you're constantly thinking about bad stuff, you're going to bring nothing but bad stuff to you. But if you're constantly dreaming about good stuff, those good dreams will come to you. Because if you read Genesis, in the very beginning of Genesis, the very, very first chapter of the Bible teaches you the most important thing. It does. It says God spoke the world, the universe into existence. He spoke it. What happens when you speak? Think about this. When you speak, you think of what you're about to say before you say it, right? That's the truth. That means God thought of everything before he even spoke it, right? That means you must do the same thing. You must think of it, imagine your dream, and then speak it into existence. Have faith. Start doing those things. Not only do you speak it into existence, you take action. You follow through with it. You follow behind your words. That's why your words are accounted for. Everything you say is accounted for. Every word, every action is accounted for. That's why I'm happy I have a Savior, because if I didn't have Jesus, I wouldn't be going to heaven. No way. There's no way possible, all the bad things I've done. There's no way. I wouldn't want to go. I wouldn't want to be there because I wouldn't want to hurt everyone else that has made it up there. You understand? That's why it is grace, because there's nothing you can do to save yourself. You know, God created you. God is the only way you can go to heaven, and you're here in the first place. So yeah, take that time. I'm gonna go ahead. I actually have to use the bathroom. This coffee is actually running through me. I gotta use the bathroom. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I downloaded the MX2 one. And it's got the newest support. So, and this was the only operating system that I really got working besides Endeavor OS last night, which you guys seen in the other video. I could put it on there and get used to it, but I know if I can get this working again, which I'm hoping I can. I'm really hoping I can. I'm used to it, so I'll be able to download the stuff, and I'll be able to show you guys some stuff. That's kind of the point too. The other one, if I sit there, I'll be able to show you stuff, but it's gonna be not enjoyable to watch me because I'm gonna be figuring everything out. Which in the boat I'll be doing that anyway. So later on, you guys will be able to watch that, but I'll be able, there'll be more interesting stuff. It won't just be installing an operating system, which you can go watch many people do that. Most people know how to do that today, anyways, kids. I really can't wait to get into the weather stuff. That's what I really want to do, the networking and weather stuff, and get these websites going and get these apps going for people. I got to start meeting people, making deals. So I got to get people that like to entertain for this app. Because without entertainment, there's no point to even roll out the app. There's not. And I'm trying to do something special for people, and help people out, not only to, look for Jesus, find Jesus, well, you don't find Jesus, you answer his phone, you answer the phone call simply, that's all you do. But I'm trying to help a lot of people, and I have been, and so I'm doing this to help a lot of those people that are willing to help me. If those people go out of their way for me, to support what it is that they see that I'm doing, and they want to be part of it. Those are the people that I want I want to be part of the organization, the program, which I'll be going over everything I drew. I drew like a whole diagram, like the business of like the organization of how it's gonna look and be broken down. Um, it's just a rough draft. Well, it's more than a rough draft. Um, Definitely more than a rough draft, but it's really like really thought out, man. This is like university type stuff. Like business, real business stuff. You know, that's the stuff you learn from school. Like you go to college, and you go to business, you get a business degree for. Um, and I learned all this stuff myself. I put all this stuff myself into play. And a lot of it too, was learned from running businesses in the past, from people that did see, did give me you know, they didn't completely use me. They seen the light in me, they put effort into me, if it wasn't for these people, paying for my training and stuff, um, you know, I wouldn't know the computer stuff that I know. So, I can't wait. I can't wait. And that's another thing too. You guys will lot be seeing too is I do a lot of hardware repairs. It's not just software programming. I'm gonna be building a lot of stuff. All my stuff is packed up right now. So, and when I get down to Florida, I get on the boat. I'm gonna be trying to find like a little place so I can have a little tech area, a little, because I gotta have a garage. I gotta have a garage to make money. I gotta have a garage and a tech bench. It's mandatory. That's how I make money is fixing stuff. That's who I am. Um, that's how I make most of my money, fixing stuff and writing programs and doing stuff over the internet. So, and I got to get my ham radio license, which isn't cheap. I got to start studying for that. Lots of stuff, man. I got to get down there first, which I got to get on the internet tonight and start doing. I started tracking stuff down on this computer. But my head was so fucked up because that computer laptop I need that laptop. It's messing me up. It's throwing me off track and it's slowing me down. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the bathroom and then I'll upload this. And then I'll get back with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to handle that. I'm gonna try to refrain from it until I can get this video uploaded so I can record me doing it. See if I can get it working finally. You guys probably think Linux is shit now because I haven't gotten anything to work. But this one's working. So, there's a Raspberry Pi I was talking about the other day. They actually have Fluxbox or MX for a Raspberry Pi, which is just a little. It's like a little mini computer, which I was thinking about getting a couple of them because I'm gonna need them. I'm probably going to get a couple of these and a couple Arduinos. So it says Raspberry Pi is a series of small single-board computers developed in the United Kingdom by the Raspberry Pi Foundation in association with Broadcom. The Raspberry Pi project originally leaned towards the promotion of teaching basic computer science in schools and in developing countries. So they're just development boards, you can put Linux on them, you can put whatever code you really want on them, honestly. They give you, a little kit and you can, write your own stuff. It's just basic stuff. And, it's got an HDMI port, 2 USB ports, it's got a sound card, it's got Ethernet. So I can, this is what I'm going to be using it for really, weather monitoring. There's all different types of stuff I can use that for. Like running an engine, for instance. I could make my own standalone ECU for a car and run the car. People are doing it. People have them. There's a few of them out there I can show you. I can't think of one. I can't think of the one right off the top of my head. Speeduino. I need to use the bathroom. I gotta poop. Yeah, that's what it is. So this one, they took So they took basically like a Raspberry Pi or Arduino, right? It's an open source engine management. And you can do it yourself. So you can, like a lot of people are doing Hondas. They're really developed for motorcycles, to be honest with you. That's what they're really geared towards. Were to run a standalone system for like crotch rockets and Harleys and cafe razors, because they needed, people were turbocharging them, supercharging them, doing all these different injection systems and stuff. And there wasn't really a big support for the aftermarket scene on a lot of these bikes. So that's what they were really they were really geared towards, but people are using them for all types of stuff, man. Here's the home about overview. Welcome to Speeduino. Learn more. Open source from the ground up. The core values of a free and open project. We believe the best way to make a great community-driven system is to be open. Anyone that's able to see and contribute to the core of Speeduino or help out in the building documentation or tools. That's another reason why I love open source software, man, because everybody works together, man. I've met a lot of good people over the internet, but here we go. Here's the features. So Speeduino is growing all the time and new features are added regularly. I can't even speak today. Here are some of the main ones though. Supports for 1 to 8 cylinder engines, detailed and high-speed logging, over-dwell and over-duty protection, fully interpolated 16x16 maps, VE Analyze Live Auto Tune, launch control, open and close loop boost control, secondary MIP switching, free calibration of all sensors, extensive list of supported crank patterns, individual fuel cylinder trim, flex fuel support. So, and I guarantee it's probably really hard to get this going if you don't have any computer background. I don't suggest it at all. I know there's other ones out there. There's Megasquirt is probably the best one. I would go with Megasquirt before I would go with Speeduino if you're doing a car. They definitely have been out longer than Speeduino, so they're definitely going to have more support for whatever build you're trying to do. But I might be retrofitting a diesel motor and my sailboat, so I gotta find a Volvo Penta diesel, and I might be rebuilding it myself. I might be putting it in the boat myself. That way I know it's been fully gone through, I know all the gaskets are sealed. I know everything's torqued down right, The engine, I'm gonna, if I rebuild the engine, it's gonna be built in a heated room, I know that everything is torqued down, it's correct. I know everything is done by me. So I know if I'm out in the ocean, I'm not gonna die. I'm not relying on somebody else's mistake. If it's a mistake, it's my fault. I can't hold anybody accountable. So that's another reason thing. Which if I do find the motor inside of a sailboat, that's a Volvo Penta, diesel motor, I might just rebuild it anyways. I'll pull it out and go through it. We'll see, and I might end up running my own standalone system with it. You know what I mean? That way, I can have all the stuff on board, and if I want to run different fuels, I can. And that's another thing I want to test too, is when I'm out there, I want to test fuels. I want to test and see what's better for the environment, what's better out there at sea. And I'm going to be doing this stuff, I'm going to be, documenting all this stuff and making videos about it, for the channel. So, that'll be really cool, I think. So it won't just be weather, it'll be car stuff, it'll be engine stuff, it's going to be computer stuff, it's going to be weather stuff. Lots of relationship stuff, lots of Bible stuff, some gun stuff here and there, BMXing too, a lot of traveling, culture, that's why I called it Life Stories Perspectives, because it isn't just going to be me speaking either, you guys are seeing me a lot right now because I'm the one that runs it, but eventually you guys will be seeing Margarita a lot too, and, whoever comes in and out of my life. So hopefully, there'll be enjoyable people that come in and out of my life. Hopefully I won't have to make an ass of them, I don't want those people around me, and that's not what I'm looking for. That's not the point of the channel. So if that's what you're expecting me to do, don't hang out here. Go find somewhere else to hang out. I'm serious. yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this because it's already 30 minutes. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll see you guys in, I don't know, it'll probably take about 15-20 minutes to upload this, half an hour. That's how it usually takes. So I'll see you guys then. Y'all, I'll see you guys soon, y'all. Take care.